Women tried to call men on their bluff and it backfired. And now a lot of the women are once again panicking. And the reason why they are panicking is because men stood 10 toes down on their stances of not being disrespected, not being manipulated and taken advantage of. And now the women don't know what part of the playbook to run to next. But here's the thing, ladies, get rid of the games. Just be honest, just be straightforward with men so that you can gain back their trust, you can gain back their company, you can gain back their love. Like something has got to give because right now it is looking very, very dark, scary, and lonely outside. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. What I'm getting ready to share with y'all today is absolutely a Uno reverse. If I have never seen one before in my life, I see it now. Women once again try to call men on their bluff by making it seem like, yeah, I don't need you. You better bow down and obey me if you want me to entertain you. And men were not going for that. Men are like, oh no, I'll be damned if I allow myself to be disrespected, treated like I am a second class citizen, treated like I am not valuable, like I don't bring anything to the table. Oh no, I'll be by myself. Men actually ran further away from women versus coming back to women. And now men are turning their backs on the women instead of running back to the women, and they are feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so bad, you all, that women are having to pay to get into the nightclubs while the men get in for free. What? Since when was it a thing to where the women had to pay to interact with the men? Like, we are in that time. And I hate to say it, ladies, so many of you all try to make it seem like you were the prize. And now it's looking like y'all have set the stage for men to actually be the ones that are seemingly the prize because y'all are having to chase up behind them, pay for their company, try to show and prove yourself to them. And I know y'all just did not anticipate this. Not in a million years did women think that today would be like this, but it is. And I always tell you all, everything that a lot of you all are complaining about is your own fault. Y'all are now having to live with the consequences of your actions. By you trying to be selfish, by you trying to downplay men's value, you end up playing yourself. Let's get into it, you all. Get the likes up for me, and let's run the clips.
So a few months ago, I made a video titled Dating in DC, talking about how there are more women than men at the club, and that gives them this disproportionate advantage where they now kind of act and behave as if they're the prize. And a lot of people either agreed or said that I was male-centered, and I basically was like, okay, I will never talk about this on the internet again. And then I was scrolling on Posh and I came across this. So apparently this weekend there was this event called Women Love Beards. Essentially what it is, and I will read you the description from the organizers. Basically, they say in order to maintain gender balance experience, the men get in for free and the women pay $35 for entry. So this is the men's page, and then I'll show you the women's page. There's a whole separate page for women to pay to be in the company of men?
Y'all get the likes up. Y'all share this video. Let this serve as a cautionary tale of how the tables have turned and the bridges have burned. Ladies, y'all are now having to pay to play. We just talked about this. And now we can clearly see that it is a thing and it's getting aggressively worse. Women have messed up the dating climate so badly that in order to get the men to come outside and interact with you, they have to be presented with something that is free. And the reason why men are only coming out to free things involving women is because for so long, you all have tried to finesse them out their pockets. Yes, you want a first date to consist of him spending $500,000 on you, all for you to friend zone him. And now, not only did the tables turn as far as women having to pay for men to come outside and play and the men get out for free, but men are actually starting to friend zone you all as well. And let's be very, very clear and honest, you all, this is happening all across the country. From every city, every state, you're starting to see so many men pretty much be checked out, realizing that it's a waste of time to go outside. These women don't want to be in serious relationships anyway until they're old, dried up, washed up, on the decline, struggling and suffering, and then they want a man. But now it's so bad. In order to even the playing field and make men even want to talk to women, let alone approach, men have to be presented with something to where they are in the dominant position. They are in the winner position. Because here's the thing, ladies, a lot of men woke up and realized that, yeah, I offer a hell of a lot. Yeah, any woman that I allow to be a part of my life, she's going to be upgraded. So why am I spending all of my money to impress her when she's going to be on the receiving end of getting all of the great perks and benefits while I have to work harder, make more money, struggle more in order to make sure that she's solidified and maintained and sustained? Like, men realize their worth and what they actually brought to the table. And now they're like, oh, yeah, let these women work for the perks, not me. Why am I working just to have a woman to be a part of my equation to where she's adding on more baggage, a heavier load, more responsibilities, more obligations, more duties? Like, no, that is backwards. That is working harder and not smarter. No, I need a woman to show and prove to me why she is worthy of my company, of my provision, my love, my support. Like, yeah, look around, ladies. A lot of you all are struggling severely. Y'all think men don't see that? Y'all think men are not only looking around and realizing the value that they bring to the table, but also not seeing that a lot of women are being laid off from their jobs. A lot of women are having to work 2 and 3 dead end jobs just to make a honest living. A lot of women are on the decline. I think the men are not seeing that and also factoring that into the equation. Oh, yeah, you damn right. A lot of men are feeling like they are the prize. So, with that being said, I need a woman to come correct. And if you're not, get lost. I need assets, not liabilities. Make her show and prove herself. And that's where we are today. And the tables just keep on turning, you all. Like I said, now the men are getting in for free and the women got to pay. Now the women are having to approach the men. You know, it's getting like that. And the next clip, you all, displays and demonstrates how women are now being friend zoned. Let's get into that.
No, because let a guy tell me what my friend just told me. So I have this friend. right? He's a guy. And we've become really, really good friends. We talk about everything. I don't think there's anything on the book that we don't talk about. It's been a little rocky because, like, it kind of reminds me of why we worked in the past. Because me and him dated, almost 20 years ago. A long time ago. And, everything is like, it's been going good. He's great, funny. I feel like we get each other. I feel very like authentically myself speaking to him, and I feel like he feels the same way. We just can say anything, and it's not outlandish. It's not weird. We just have that confidence with each other. You know what I mean? And no, we haven't hooked up. For all the y'all who think that we have not hooked up since we met again. Okay.
That's interesting. So let's pretty much try to put into context what she's saying. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe, you all. But she's talking about a guy friend being reintroduced back into her life. I'm guessing she dated this man in the past, I guess 20 years ago or so. And now they're back in each other's lives and it seems to be going well. They're kicking it off real good. She feels like she can be herself with him. She really likes this guy, right? And here's what I really want to highlight. He's not even giving her the eggplant. I think that right there is also very telling of the new breed of men we are dealing with today. Not too long ago, men wouldn't mind laying pipe to a woman, having a good time with a woman and not making it develop into anything more than that. But we're dealing with such a new breed of men today that, look, I don't even want to lead you on. I don't want to string you along. I don't want to give you the wrong idea or impression. No, I'm not trying to break any hearts. I don't want to screw. We can just be cool. We can just be friends. Like, we're dealing in a day and age to where the roles have completely reversed. It used to be the women out here that was withholding the cat. Now the men are withholding the eggplant. Like, oh no, I just see you as a sister. I just see you as a friend. I don't want to get any emotions involved. Like, can we just keep it at bay? Like, let's not do too much. We're dealing with that. And a lot of women never anticipated men reaching this level of maturity. Again, y'all get the likes up. Women never anticipated or banked on men reaching this level of maturity to where it's like, no, I strictly want to be friends. I strictly want to be platonic. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to creep with you. I don't want to string you along. I don't want to lead you on. Can we just have, that type of relationships where we can talk to one another? We can relate to one another and just keep it at that. We're there. And I would love to know how many men are like that right now. Put a 2 in the chat, fellas. I'm really trying to see something. And be honest. Put a 2 in the chat if you would put a woman in the friend zone and not even want to put her in the bend zone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. You gotta watch out for you too. Put a 2 in the chat if it's like, nah, I really don't want to bend no woman over like that. Like, if I feel like we just cool, we're just gonna keep it at that. Put a 3 in the chat if it's like, nah, I definitely like friends with benefits. Okay, it's no point to be a friend with a female in 2025. We at least gotta be, sucking and tucking. Look, and y'all know what tuck mean. Again, we gotta watch out for YouTube. But y'all let me know. And again, please be honest, because I really want to see what the climate is hitting for today. I'm so happy that I'm a happily married woman because ain't no way I would want to be outside today. With the men being on this energy of being to themselves, not going out, not approaching women, not talking to women, not flirting with women, not, I mean, golly, I would hate to be single today. Lord, but that was alarming. She said, yeah, we haven't even got it in. It's been strictly platonic. What?
Okay. He was very clear. He friend zoned me and he said, listen, I think that you're a wonderful woman. He goes, I can't lose this. Like, we are what we have. Like, I can't lose it. And for me, I was kind of like, it took me back a little bit, but then I was like, all right, whatever. Like, it's not my first rodeo, being in the friend zone. So I know what this means. Like I was saying to him, like, you know, if I had a man come to me on the type of energy that you're trying to come to whoever and next you're dating, like, I would drop my life for this man. And he's like, what? I'm like, yes. I'm like, if a man came with that type of energy, the type of energy that you're trying to put into someone, because he wants to treat the girl like a princess. He says, I want my princess. I want my relationship. I want someone who's going to be there. I want her not to feel uncomfortable in life. I want to make her life easier. I'm listening to this and I'm like, yo, this is a fucking joke. Like, what cruelty is this? Right? Because, like, everything that he's describing is everything that I've been desiring, right? Because it's ghetto out here. And I'm at an age where, like, what I'm looking for in a relationship is much more than just raising a family and all that, because I'm already halfway through that, right? Because I have two kids who are, one is almost a teenager, or is a teenager, better said, and then the other one is, you know, entering her preteens. So, and he has two teenagers, right? So, like, it boggles my mind, because I'm like, okay, you think you say I'm attractive, right? You call me beautiful, cute, everything, every single day. You go ahead and tell me that, you know, I'm wonderful, but that you can't be with me. Like, when literally we fit like a fucking puzzle piece. I'm tired of being out here. It is ghetto. It is ghetto out here in these streets, okay? Like, I'm really thinking about just retiring, because I don't have another one in me, another situationship, and I just don't have it. I don't have it. It's exhausting. And I am such a relationship girl. I never thought in a million years that I would be in this place where I am today. And I know that sounds arrogant or cocky or whatever. I honestly never imagined my life like this. Wanting that partnership, that support, that person who you can let your guard down with and truly be who you are, without judgment, without being worried that you're like weird, or that you have certain quirks, or, you know, that you're not cool enough. It just sucks. It sucks.
Again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Ladies, look at what y'all have done. Like, and what was also very alarming and telling to me as far as this current climate is, she said, look, I'm not even new to being placed in the friend zone. Like, a lot of men in today's time are placing women into a friend zone, you know, and that's crazy. Like, it used to be a time to where men were actively looking for their wife, and if you just so happen to be an attractive woman or a woman that seemed to be level-headed and so on and so forth, like, men would give you a chance. But as we can see, that didn't even work for her. You know, like, the guy was talking about, oh yeah, you're beautiful and you're this and you're that, and he still friend zoned her. He still didn't want her. And I'm going to be honest, you all, I do believe that this guy that she's talking about may have friend zoned her, because he did deal with her previously, and maybe he is aware of some of her antics that he just does not want to go back to. You know, sometimes it's like, man, we're better off as friends. But once we start introducing the romance, you get a little kooky. Okay, you get a little bit too attached, or you get a little bit jealous and controlling or obsessive and possessive, and I just don't want to ruin what we have with introducing intimacy. And that could be a thing. And it was some people in the comments on this video that had similar sentiments, and I want to get into that. Okay. Somebody said, you said y'all had history from the past. He doesn't want to relive that again. As well, he probably doesn't want to disrupt his peace, and other factors might play a part. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, you had to do something for a man to run into what seems to be a unicorn, and he does not want it. You know, she's beautiful, she's level-headed, you know, she's great to talk to. You can talk to her about anything, but you don't want her. Gotta be something missing with that. Another person says he's probably protecting his peace. And the previous person brought up that peace factor as well. It's a lot of men out here who are prioritizing their peace over a relationship, over vagina, over pretty, even. Like, it is like that because so many women, unfortunately, have scarred a lot of men. All right. Another person says he don't want you. I say drop him and move on with your life. And she responded and says, already did. Life goes on. Just processing now. Sometimes you have to just vent it out. And not to put her on blast or nothing like that, but her name is very telling. That's probably another reason why he friend zoned her. Because she probably has the mentality of, yeah, a man needs to bow down and cater to me.
The crown is mine.
You know, because I am the queen, I am the princess, I am the prize. I mean, that's just kind of what it's given, but I digress. Another person commented and says, I think the same reason you parted ways in the past is the reason he won't commit to a future with you. Right? And that could be a thing. It has to be some kind of history with this woman that man just does not want to go back to. And that is also something that a lot of women need to consider today. In today's time, you only get one strike and you're out. And if the offense is bad enough, no, a man will not go back. And I'm going to be completely honest and even taking a step further to say this. Even if the offense is not that bad, men are not going back. Like, men are prioritizing their peace, like those previous commenters said, way more than anything else. Like, they don't want any disruptors of their peace. I don't care how small or major it is. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody else said, you too old. Now, I didn't want to go there with the conversation. However, we do have to be honest about men and their options today. You know, and unfortunately, ladies, when a man is in shape, he's taking care of himself, he has money, you know, he's attractive, he has a lot of motion going on in his life, he kind of is on the prize list. And I hate to even go there, you all. Like, I am not in this hierarchy when it comes to a relationship. I feel like men are a prize and women are a prize, and together we are the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thought process. However, we got to be real and honest about certain things. Like, it's a lot of men out here who are doing a hell of a great job. Like, they're doing phenomenal, fantastic in their lives. And so they're going to be in high demand considering the climate. Like, it's a lot of women out here who are struggling, who need love, who want companionship and all of these different things. And when a man is out there at the same caliber of the man that you are describing, he's going to have a lot of women to choose from. And he can choose women who are maybe a little bit more youthful, that maybe don't have extra children of her own that he has to tend to. Like, they are able to do that. Even if they themselves have children, they can very well go and get with a childless woman who is a lot more attractive, a lot more youthful, and start a family with her and prosper. But it's a lot of men out here who would not, and I hate to even say this, I promise I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being honest with us. When you are at a particular stage in your life and you have a lot of, let's say, baggage attached to you, it can turn a lot of men off. Like, why would I waste all of my hard work on used goods, on passion projects, when I can get a woman and build from scratch with her? Like, a lot of men are like that, and they have set up their lives to where they do have that option. They do have that choice. Why would I settle here and waste my resources on this when I can start something completely from scratch and build it up, mold it, and shape it exactly to my liking? And that's what a lot of you women are running into. And when it comes to you older women who may have thought that you would be able to be polished up and cleaned up and put up nicely later, you're having this reality check of, no, you don't. Like she even said, I never would have thought that this would be my life. I never would have thought that I would be in a position to where I am alone. I am by myself. But yeah, a lot of these women that are older, they have it in their mind that, oh, that won't happen to me until it does. And you all are finding out the hard way that the tables have turned. Okay. This guy even said, after I hit 30, I started to friend zone most women. It's very common with men. And I am also taking mental notice to that as well. The fact that as these men become more mature and more stable and secure, they are opting out. And that is very alarming and very unfortunate for a lot of women. But let's get into this next clip, you all, and find out a reason or a few reasons why men are actually friend zoning women. Run the clip.
So why do men leave women in the friend zone? It could be for a couple of reasons. One, he may not find the woman attractive. I mean, it happens. It happens on both sides. And also, even if it starts out with a romantic situation in mind for both sides, as time goes on, as y'all have conversations, as y'all go on dates, he could see something unattractive and he could lose all attraction for you in the process. Another reason that he could leave you in the friend zone is because he was never serious about you in the first place. Some guys are just out here playing the field. They're trying to see what they can get. And sometimes during that process, he could run into somebody that's cool and he may want to keep you around, but it's only going to go to a certain level. Another reason he might leave you in the friend zone is because he found a better option. I'm sorry, it happened. Look, men and women got to understand that there's always going to be somebody more attractive than you out there. And if they get the opportunity to get with that person, why wouldn't they jump at it? Also, I just thought of this. Another reason a man might leave you in the friend zone is because you taking too long. A lot of y'all got some of these men jumping through unnecessary hoops, and they're going to go down the path of least resistance most times. With that being said, a lot of y'all got to make sure you don't overplay your hand, all right? Some of y'all overprice yourselves when it comes to men. The secret here is that men don't operate on struggle. The more you make him struggle, the more he's going to value you. In fact, it works in the opposite direction. The more you make a man struggle to get with you and the more he has to work to pull affection and attention out of you, the less he likes you. A lot of men ain't about to chase and apply pressure to somebody that's resistant, and he's going to let you go and you're going to be stuck over there in that friend zone. Either way, I know I'm late on this, but I really do hope that helps.
That was a lot. Put a 3 in the chat if you agreed with what he said as far as why men place women in the friend zone. I'm trying to see something. Put a 4 in the chat if it's like, nah, he don't know what he's talking about. Y'all let me know. But something that stood out to me, actually, it was a few things that stood out to me. But the first thing was he said, yeah, if there's better options out there, he's going to pursue them. And in that previous clip of that woman talking about, her being in the friend zone, I do feel like maybe that man is being presented with better options than her, and he is exploring those, which is why he would rather just keep her in the friend zone and not take it to the next level. Because why settle here, like I said earlier, when I can go and get something better and mold it and shape it from scratch? You got that element. Another thing, he said, a lot of you women, y'all played too many games. Y'all wasted too much time. And now the men are moving on because, girl, I don't have time for this. See, ladies, a lot of the men have come to realize, once again, I have a lot of value that I bring. And so I don't have to wait around on you when I can have a woman that is trying to meet me with the same level of energy that she is expecting from me to meet her with, and we can progress forward from that. So that is a very, very great point. And I just wish that a lot of women didn't wait so long until they were at certain ages and stages in their lives to where it may be a little bit too late for you. The longer you wait, the more opportunity y'all give these men to establish themselves, develop themselves, and then have more options being presented to them. Because as men age and get older, the more experience they have under their belts, the more money, the more stability, security, all of that. And that does nothing but open up even more options and possibly better options than you. And now we're in this situation to where the men are looking like they are the prize. And women have to pay the price. Women have to work to win that prize. And I'm gonna be real, it's not looking like you all are winning anything. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, and feedback about this in the comment section down below. I should have placed a poll in the chat asking y'all a few things, and I hope you all give me your honest feedback about it. But yeah, I'm gonna check y'all in the next dope discussion. Much love and peace to my crown heads.